All right, here's episode 2, that June 20th show, featuring myself, David Petrino, aka David Lovitz, aka David Ciccone. Um, what did I forget to mention of when I was inside this? The real kicker over here is what I read about here. Okay, so in 1922, that was exactly 100 years ago, that 20s show, Mitchell was in Europe and he met a air power theorist. Interesting occupation. And soon afterwards, duet. Like, what does, there's so many things. Doolittle, right? Dr. Doolittle, the guy who flew the B-25, he flew 14 B-25 Mitchell bombers to bomb Tokyo, Japan, in response to the Pearl Harbor attack, mentioned right here. So in 1925, that's over 15 years preceding the Pearl Harbor attack. And it hasn't been 100 years. I think it's been long enough that I can speak about this objectively. Yeah. So he wrote a book called Winged Defense. I'll have to check that out. What really gave me chills though was when they talked about, when I was reading about this in Project B, the last thing it said, the punchline really hit me. Here's the observation that I mentioned. That's just what I'm gonna do when I jump back into GTA. A fathom of water. What's that about? The Osprey. So I was playing SimCity yesterday, maybe trying to prepare to make some vlogs. I was just playing it yesterday, SimCity, and one of the first cities named the Osprey, and it because it was so fresh in my memory, that really made me feel some type of way, seeing that his aircraft was named the Osprey. That means Sea Hawk. Okay, sort of like the War Hawk, the whatever it is, the World War II fighter plane, the War Hawk, the Corsair. I don't know. That's a different one. Those are the most well known. So I'm uploading part 1 right now on 5G internet. Apparently, it's virtually no faster than 4G. So I want to try to explore Tokyo on Google Earth. And so I'll go in first of here's how I would do that. If I was Doolittle, he's portrayed, Alec Baldwin portrays Doolittle, he also portrays former President Trump, and there's one of Trump Towers. So let me navigate myself through the desert, through the Mojave National Preserve, onward to, there's downloading happening over here. Oh, there's Yuma. The 310 to Yuma. What time is it? Oh, it's 1:12 to Yuma. I missed the train. I didn't know Mexicali was a real place. Okay, so from Los Angeles, let me see how well I can wing it to Pearl Harbor and Honolulu, the honorable Honolulu. It's virtually impossible to find. Wow. That might be it. Well, forget it. It's too small to see. So here's Tokyo. I think that's Japan. I have a difficult time over here. I played a lot of Risk, the game. So yeah, so there's Japan. And Tokyo, I think, is at the north. Is it out in the north? So what? The plan was, I'll do this later. I'm looking for Tokyo right now. I think it's up here. I don't know for sure. That looks like a large city. Osaka. Well, it's not loading very well. Wow. Oh, that's Russia. Okay. Oh, there's Tokyo. Right. Okay, so apparently Doolittle had flown into here and bombed like the city center or something like that. Where's the 3D option? To turn off 3D. Okay. So they flew in, they dropped their bombs, the payload, and then did they fly out or get captured? I don't remember what. I'll have to do this later. I'll definitely have to do this later. Right now I'm going to the Disneyland. Here's what I tried to make when I first discovered this. I'd heard about it when Google premiered this, Google Earth. I heard about it 15 years ago, and I never tried it until 2 weeks ago. And I made what I thought was like the greatest video ever. So there's the Tokyo Disneyland. The American waterfront. Wow. Is that supposed to be like the Titanic or something? Okay, so let me just close that. This phone has a massive amount of random access memory compared to the other phone that I've used since 2015. Okay, so picking up where I left off. The idea was for the character to just run around, or not run around, to take Don Leone, not Don Corleone, Don Leone's one of his cars, and with codes, she can travel to the other islands. I've already demonstrated that on PlayStation. It was on PlayStation first. Things first, she has to finish the tower, and then she can jump on the tower. I had just seen in the distance the large building, so I don't know how to jump start the tower because I'm impatient. No. That wasn't the right thing to do.
What are you doing?
What is the jump button? So she can... Maybe she can get driven around by one of... That's Don Leone's... I'm just going to tell everybody she's going to do it. What's the jump button? There's the jump button. Okay, perfect.
Like a woman.
So, if this was GTA 4, she'd be able to physically take a taxi. And otherwise, let me pull up my iPhone. Wow, that's so loud though. Okay, so I'll pull up my other phone and try to remember all the things that I was going to try to mention over here. I don't know how to jumpstart this. First things first, I'm in the Don Jaffe's Discord. So the idea is, if so many people have, in the modern times, if for all the good things that the internet and computers have done for us, what I mentioned in blog part 1 is that, for instance, computer is short for electronic numerical integrator and computer. And I adjust my glasses as I say that. I thought it was not supposed to go dim. So what happens if she hits it once? She can't punch down? I was almost certain that there was a way to hit down. That might be Vice City. I have to go to Vice City for that. That's unfortunate. Maybe if she hits the car once and then tries to jump on it, we'll try that. She has to be careful though, because wow, it's not even possible to hit the car. So this is a really nice setup. I mean, I had this same setup on my PlayStation, computer, you know, those are really big and large consoles or whatever. The computer recording and the PlayStation playing the game. And now I'm doing all this on just my phone. It's unimaginable. And I'm using this keyboard over here. So what? So the idea is to make a Discord for Steve Wozniak. But the thing is, what's so funny about Steve Wozniak is I can't see anyone else getting away with how he pretends like he's not like the most significant, not just person of his generation, of the baby boom generation. He's the most significant person of like the 20th century because of his engineering feats and Apple computers and everything else. And not just him, his father too, Wozniak. They're like the ENIAC personified, the first computer from the 1940s. And so I'm watching Office Space last week, and I realized when I'm watching Steve Wozniak how he's not only he's the mastermind of like, so the movie Office Space, right? In the plot, who's the mastermind of this? It's that, what's that green? What's that green dot? That's funny. So the mastermind is that one guy. So hang on. So maybe she can jump on this instead. I'm just trying to think. What's the jump button? Okay. Go ahead. Oh, that car's blocking? So I like this view. Why is this view not possible? That already looks like the double-decker truck. So what if she pops off a shot? How to change weapon though? Oh, wrong button. Oh, she's on a cab now. Perfect. Button 4 is not the right button either. Is it button 1 to jump? Button 3. Okay, button 3 to jump. And how to change weapon. Oh, I press this button, right? So now it's back. Okay, so now she has that. So pop off one shot. Maybe. I'm just trying to... Oh. Nothing happened. So maybe if she moves this car Whoops. So if she moves this... now everybody's taken off. She'll figure it out. Okay, so she's going to take a ride on this van. Button number 3. Alright, here it goes. Cool. And we're off. We're off to see the wizard. And she already fell off. Okay, so sprint. No. That's the car from before? It's still there? She's gonna have to go the other way. That's the car from before also. Oh, there's another car over here. Perfect. An old-fashioned Kaufman cabs. Okay, here it goes. Is that not going to work? Oh, she has to be in the bed of a truck. I forgot. It does have to be a truck. So I suppose she'll just run around until she finds a truck. She could try this one. Why not? That one's not going to work either.
No trouble for me.
So, because everyone can agree that video games and social media, as it's now known, there was no name for whatever we had going on. Perfect. There's the right thing. There was no name for the stuff, the emails we were sending on AOL Instant Messenger, for example. Oh. Can she sprint and then jump higher? What a shame. What an absolute shame. Can she jump on the other one and then jump on that one? Alright, red light. She'll have to time it up with the stoplights over here. Hopefully that light's not green yet. Oh, no, so jump on this one and then jump on that one. It works. Somehow it works. That's the right position to just take a ride. Cool. So she's the passenger. Nice. Feels like sort of a developer mode. Uh-oh. Looks like she's indefinitely falling. Try that again. Oh, there's a truck. So jump in the truck. Bed. Oh, name her Debbie. Like all my other characters in GTA. Oh, damn it, Debbie! Right, so with social media, computers, video games, they have undoubtedly changed not the political landscape, just the landscape in general of culture and life, everyday life of, for example, Steve Jobs' average speech, there's only like 10 or 20 of them on YouTube. I'm sure he gave much more speeches than that. His speeches were so unbelievably significant and influential. For example, as far as the movie Office Space goes, okay. So I figured out how to realistically drive in this perspective right here, and just observe the city, whatever, look for glitches or something. But that changed the camera. That really changed the camera. Just whatever had just happened. That's a major glitch. Not in a good way. So, for example, like a computer bug, the ENIAC, the first computer, used to have actual bugs in it, and that's where that name comes from. Anyway, so the idea is that two of the most significant people in the 20th century, in the 1900s, are still, and probably forever will be, the Don David Jaffe and the Don Wozniak. So if they could help us millennials, right, if they could help us to sort of fix some of the just as a whole, people my age, millennials, our lives were really messed up from our excessive use of video games and social media. The simple argument is because social media is virtual, apparently, there are no consequences in our real lives for stuff that we do, quote unquote, on computers and social media. Unfortunately, what we found out, what I had to find out the hard way, is that yes, my actions, for example, what I do in GTA, in a video game, is going to have a real effect on my own personal life. If not only the simple fact that the opportunity cost of what I'm losing out on working a different full-time occupation, for example. Instead, I'm just sort of on entertainment. And so few people who have turned entertainment into their full-time occupation are actually successful at that. For example, YouTubers. So the simple idea is to make the Don Wozniak his own Discord, YouTube channel, and that he can have a question and answer session and have paid subscriptions, maybe say $5 a month. And what's so exciting to me is how much he speaks about education. And I've also heard Bill Gates just the same, praising the level of education that's out there, just using his product of Windows computers, and combined with Google, for example, or Wikipedia. Me personally, I just realized this yesterday, that the only real way to fix all the social problems we've had, that computers have given us many great things. They've revolutionized warfare, and that's the main thing. And so we should all be eternally grateful for that. Yet there's so many unforeseen consequences, and the one difference that could be made is if people under 25 were only allowed to use Wikipedia, and that's all. For research, for example, they're going to read it and they're going to like it. They don't want to eat their food or whatever, quote unquote. They're going to read it until they learn to like reading Wikipedia and be entertained by that. Until age 25, because I would say anything I've done on social media in my personal life after age 25 had minuscule effects on my life. But any little microscopic thing that I did before age 25 really had an impact on my life in a negative way. I mean, there's not a lot of positive. And it's mostly because I was immature and not very smart. So here's Chinatown. So what I'm trying to recreate here is the sort of the trailer, just showing off the city and everything. When is it going to be nighttime? It looks best in the nighttime. So anyway, what is that? A giant bus? Nice. Yeah, everything looks spick and span in this game. The amount of development that went into this game is unbelievable. There's St. Mark's Hospital. Wow, I wish this truck would go and take a right turn or something. making wrong turn after wrong turn.
Great.
What is happening over there? Wow. Just go around. That's so funny. Yeah, I watched the Disney 1942 documentary dedicated to Billy Mitchell yesterday. Come on, man. We've been down this road before. Anyways, no big deal. This might turn it. There might be an issue here. Pop off a shot, Debbie. Change the camera. Cool. So, what's so funny is the character, the Jump to Conclusions Matt character guy, the Pet Rock character from Office Space. I have to do research on what his character's name is. So many of Steve Jobs' quotes are sort of recreated in the movie Office Space. And then Bill Gates even praised Mike Judge's Silicon Valley in an interview he did with Warren Buffett when someone asked about, not angel investors, but something like that. There were so many people swarming Microsoft in the early days trying to invest money in it that he had to turn them down. And that Mike Judge made fun of that in Silicon Valley. So I just have to assume that Office Space is one of Bill Gates' favorite movies. And most likely Steve Jobs as well. But Steve Wozniak is most like the hypnotist character. I left a comment on one of his speeches where he said the quote, "deeper and deeper." The same quote from Ice Cube's "Today Was a Good Day," when he says, so deep, you know. I'm just thinking, I'm trying to think of what are the extra quotes from the hypnotist in Office Space. He says, "Deeper and deeper, way, way down." And that's like me digging through and doing a bunch of research is what it reminds me of. But there's also "Nowhere to Run" to that 60s song, Martha Reeves and the Vandellas, that ultimately Ice Cube is referencing. Because she says, so deep, so deep. It's one thing if she said it once. That I think that's the same truck. That's awesome. Nice. It's one thing if she said it once, Martha Reeves in the song, but she says it twice. She says, so deep, so deep. And then Ice Cube says it 3 times. Kind of like his name is I cubed, I to the power of 3. Ice Cube. Anyway, back in the saddle you are, Debbie. Debbie, you are. So what? So the idea is, I think I've started like almost everything I've said with. So the idea is to make the Don Wozniak a Discord, a YouTube channel that he can have like an educator's channel. Hopefully, ultimately, Bill Gates. And people can know, it's so comforting to me to know that we're not on our own here trying to navigate life, that Steve Wozniak is still here to give us advice. It's like the world feels so empty after Steve Jobs. I personally held him responsible for a lot of the negative effects that electronics, computers, video games, social media as a whole had on my life. I sort of pinned that on Steve Jobs, and I was not, it's like I wouldn't have wanted to ask him for advice anyway. I can't believe that car is still there after all this time. And now I miss that MFer like you wouldn't believe. I wish there was so much more we had. I wish he was still here, that we could talk to him and send him emails at least from our iPads. So what? So I'm thinking Weekend at Bernie's, the movie. My friends and I, we used to watch that growing up and think it was really funny. I considered making Hideo Kojima, one of the greatest video game designers, a Discord of his. He's in Japan right now. I might still do that. Maybe I'll have that. Yeah, I'll have I'll replace Steve Jobs as the front man with Hideo Kojima, make him the Discord, but somehow Mad Magazine has to be involved in this. I don't think it does. Maybe it doesn't. Forget Mad Magazine. I was going to make a Mad Magazine, PlayStation Underground Discord, and that's it. But now I'm going to make Hideo Kojima official Discord and have Steve Wozniak be the guy who's like secretly the mastermind behind this thing, because it's just so funny. No one else can get away with that except for him, because he has ENIAC built into his name. Steve Wozniak. Or like Brainiac, right? He's always talking about, I don't know. There's just so much to say. But, so I'm going to make the Discord of Hideo Kojima's and ultimately hand it over to him if he would like. Otherwise, I don't know, just take his likeness? I don't know, because he's in a different country. I think that'll be okay. And anyway, so the idea is, if I could just stop saying that, there was something that I thought of earlier that, there's that car again, man. Okay, so what? There's the other car. That's so funny though. So, now it's nighttime and it's raining. Chinese food, and then Chinese food. Okay, so I've said this before. In the 1970s, you know, there have always been people who haven't been, you know, there's different periods of history when people on average are smarter or less smart. We're sort of comparable to like in the 1970s before computers, where the average sports fan, football fan, if someone asked him, you know, anyone asked a random guy, sports fan, who's your best man? Like, forget talking about sports. Let's talk about we'll get married. Let me help you get married, and then I'll get married too. We'll both get married and live happily ever after, separately, right? With enough sports watching or video game playing in modern times. The average sports fan would say his best man was Joe Namath. He would name it, right? And it's sort of funny and comparable to some video game players who are like obsessed, like their best man in their mind is non-ironically, not trying to be funny, like Kratos, the Greek god, you know, he's comparable to like Ares or Apollo, any of those guys. The Roman and Greek gods, Kratos, right? And so they're comparable to like the fan club, any like sports fan club. Right now, instead of sports, it's esports. So we have to be educating people on the right things to understand, such as the interaction between men, how men interact with each other versus like how a group of men of a sports team would interact with a group of women, for example, the cheerleaders, or I don't know what else compared to the cheerleaders. So the idea is it takes, you know, it's not that people need any one person's permission to get married, like a couple. They need the entire society's permission, right? So in that case, it would be, let's just say Kratos could be the best man in a wedding, right? Like Joe Namath in the 1970s could be the best man of like the average sports fan's wedding. Like the high-paying, here we go again, Chinese food. Dude, where's my car? The Bank of Liberty. Yeah, so the idea is it's virtually the same. All the like cliches we've ever heard, like the creator of Kratos is the Don David Jaffe, and one would need his permission for his son to be the best man or even just a groomsman, right? And I'm being like, I'm making an extreme example here. Like, that's not realistic, yet it remains true. It's not realistic, yet it remains true. Oh, no, 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 no. Damn it, Debbie. For example, another extreme example would be for Debbie to get married, one would need the creator of Debbie's, aka or like her father's permission. That would be David Jones of Rockstar Games. And that's just an example. Bolt burgers? I'll try to input the code again. I'm trying not to say what the code is. Let's see how it looks. Is that one of the guys? That's just one of the guys. That's one of Don Leone's crew. Try it again. Wow. Wow. What is that about? That's Don Leone's crew for sure. Anyway, so there's a large following of Kratos fans. And I had floated this idea, like, we have to have some of these guys understand the way that their best man in the world is a fictional character, and how it's sort of even funnier than the average 1970s immature sports fan feeling the same way about Joe Namath. Cool. The Gap Girl, right? Actually, she has zip bags. So what the heck is happening over here? Lots of... oh, that's the engine, isn't it? This might take a while. Transfer vehicle. What happens? Oh, no. Oh. Can she change weapons? Oh, he's still shooting. So run and get in the car, Debbie. She only has 5% health now. Cool. I'm just trying to think of... That would have been a perfect opportunity to jump the bridge. Oh, let me look it up on my other phone over here. Use a voice search. GTA 3 jump shit stuff. GTA 3 cheats. All right, that's PlayStation.
Information from IGN.
Okay. Flying vehicle. Chitty Chitty BB. It's sort of like Vice City. When I was trying to type in Vice City cheats, I wrote City or something. Chitty BB. Cheat activated. Okay. So now it looks like one of the buttons that was pressed was the camera button. Okay, so what button is going to be down to make the car fly? Whoops. Slow down. What button is going to be down? Is it this one? So I haven't tried this because I didn't know what the button might be. Was that it or not? Let me change the camera again. At least I know the camera change button. Let me test it out over here. This reminds me of Back to the Future scene. So, because like the quote of in Office Space when the consultants are asking the engineer what he does, like what's his job. That's a steep drop over there off the bridge. He's asking him what's his job, and he says, engineers are antisocial people, therefore I have to be here to... Looks like it's working. It's working. The car's flying. Sweet. Dude! Sweet! Alright, so here we go. Here goes nothing. Trying to make that jump. It's easy to make one jump over here. It's not so easy to make the secondary jump. So here it goes. Yeah, he's like, so what do you do here? He's like, engineers are antisocial people. Oh, cross my fingers. Yo! First try. That is beginner's luck, man. Nice. Okay, so the first thing to do is to go save over here. I've virtually completed the game because the third island is like, there's not a whole lot there. I'm sure there's like one good thing there. There's an airport. You back? Happy anniversary.
I'm gonna take a nap, so.
Okay, keep me posted. Alright, so I'll just save the game here and end the video. I still have more things to say. And I think Debbie goes... Where? Oh, there's no save option? What a shame. I thought there would have been. Maybe there's not. I know that I did that before at the other island. Is that the... Oh, she's on a mission. That's why she can't save. She's on a mission. That's why. So it might as well. There's nothing else going on. Maybe go check out the stadium real quick. And then... here's Fort Staunton. And it's much more interesting. That reminds me, I have to download... I can do that right now in the background. I'm going to download whatchamacallit. Games. Whataburger. This is the only one that worked on my Galaxy S5. Alright, so I'm going to install over any network 2 gigabytes. This one has a Staunton island, and I can make some. This is the only one that worked. This game that I have loading. Let me change back, and this is Fort Staunton. Okay, as it shows just underneath. Oh, here's what university is it? Matthias? St. Matthias. Liberty Campus. I don't know who those people are shooting. There's a stadium. And then maybe she can try for the third Rockstar Stadium. Is there a better view? That's like the only way to drive the speed limit is going backwards and using this map radar. Maybe she could check out City Hall real quick. I think it's straight ahead. Oh, and there's also Times Square. I wonder where the zip store is. She's carrying the zip bags. So here's City Hall right here. It's fashioned after the old City Hall, New York City. Hard to see. And then here's what's supposed to be like Times Square. I just want to check out those real quick. See you in Miami. Francis International. That's the bridge she has to jump very soon. There's the giant cathedral. Oh no. Cool. Giant cathedral. I didn't catch what that sign said. Here's what's supposed to be like Times Square with all the advertisements. If I take a right here.
contact.
Infernus. The car.
Hey, let me walk.
Never mind, that's the cheetah. That was the character's name. Me and my GTA character's name. Debbie and Cheetah. There's the Infernus.
You blind or just dumb?
Right, guy.
I don't like that color really. So, just behind here is a place to change the paint job. Spray and pray. One stop auto shop. That looks like the same color to me, man. How much money does she have? Respray is complimentary. Match the bags. Sure. Central Park. It's called Belleville Park, kind of like Bellevue. I think it's a hospital.
Come on, you're a little dog.
Look for those hot.
In San Andreas, this is not possible. In Vice City, it is. So here is GTA 3. There's 3.2, aka Vice City. 3.3, aka San Andreas. So, save spot number 8. And that's it. Well, one more thing. Try to make the jump. Not that jump. Here's the underside of the bridge. There's the other island. This one is not so easy. That was close. No cigar. Hello, Claude. Long time no see. The bridge is out. One more shot. All right. I give up on that. So that's all.